Final rule. He who laughs last. Estate recovery. Larger settlements especially for individuals with injuries that give them a diminished life expectancy. The Medicaid program especially, and I keep coming back to Medicaid because Medicaid, as you certainly know, provides support for individuals for their entire life if they cannot work and support themselves, especially if they can't get primary health insurance. Medicaid pays for just about everything. It is a Medicaid-driven service delivery system, especially for people with cognitive limitations that can't make their way. The Medicaid program's recovery provisions are like a multi-tentacled octopus. They have estate recovery for Medicaid funds provided after you've reached the age of 55, which means they're a creditor in your estate. If you've established a special needs trust with the individual's recovery at the time of their death, the Medicaid program is entitled to be repaid every nickel out of what's left in the trust before the family receives anything. Here's a great rule. There is no statute of limitations on the Medicaid program's right to recover for incorrectly paid benefits. Think about this when you're trying to get yourself to sleep at night. If you've given somebody bad advice, you've recommended that a client take a recovery directly, you failed to understand the distinction between income and resources, and then the client doesn't report the property that otherwise would leave them ineligible for Medicaid, and 10 years goes by, and they've been getting Medicaid for 10 years, and then all of a sudden an astute examiner from the Social Services, Department of Social Services, picks this up. During that 10-year period, what they have been receiving is incorrectly paid Medicaid, and there is an absolute right of recovery for incorrectly paid Medicaid. You cannot stop a government benefit agency from recovering in full. Now, that individual is going to be out of money. Who do you think has more money, you or your client? Who represents the best target in a case like that? And you know what should make you feel even better is that the SSI program has its own rule, kind of like that. No retroactive limit on recovery. These are rules that should do nothing more, I think, than impart the importance of considering some of these issues when you're counseling a family. In our practice, when we are involved, as early as possible, preferably, we like to do this government benefit audit.